Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? This is Joseph Conlon here with your SmackDown review on Friday night, July 30th, 2021. Thank you guys for joining me here tonight. Hope you guys are having a good Friday night, good Friday evening, rocking out the headband once again. It's a good look. I'm going to rock it out from now on because why not? It just looks, I think it just looks pretty good. So, I'm going to be rocking it out just like we're rocking it out here tonight talking about SmackDown. Live from Viking Town, Minnesota, home of the Minnesota Vikings. That's where SmackDown was, not at the Vikings football stadium, but where the Timberwolves play, the Target Center. And, you know, I gotta say it, man. I really gotta say it. We're going into SummerSlam. Some people say it's the biggest show of the year. Some others say it's the second biggest show of the year. I think it's the second biggest show of the year, but what I truly want to say is it's pretty clear. Let me gotta turn the volume down. Hold on a minute, guys. I forgot to turn the volume down like an idiot. So let me turn it down real quick. I apologize. There we go. There we go. Anything can happen while you're recording. Like an idiot, I forgot to turn the volume down. But anyway, what I want to address is it's pretty clear going into SummerSlam what brand is doing good for themselves and having captivating storylines and matches that are actually getting interest from people, while the other one consistently gives bad stuff, boring feuds, and matches that people don't care about, and horrible comedy superhero characters. Clearly, SmackDown is way more interesting, and SmackDown is way better when it comes to the build for SummerSlam. Just by looking at 3 matches: John Cena versus Roman Reigns, which is confirmed tonight. That is the main event for SummerSlam. We're going to talk about that. You guys see it in the title right there, John Cena, Roman Reigns. Sasha Banks returned tonight. She teamed up with Bianca Belair in the main event, and then at the end, she turned right on Bianca Belair's back, held the SmackDown Women's Championship, and she came back as a heel. I love it. I love it. I'm very excited for that build. I'm thinking with a clear babyface in Sasha and Bianca and a clear heel in Sasha, the build is going to be amazing. And I'm very excited for that build for the next 3 weeks. And then Edge and Seth Rollins is also a solid program going into SummerSlam. So with those 3 matches alone, that's a stacked side for SmackDown matches at WrestleMania. SummerSlam. And with building around those 3 matches, hopefully we have a good card for SummerSlam. But you just look at the Monday Night Raw side, it's not that interesting. You got superhero Nikki Ash claiming that it's okay she lost because she proved herself that she was almost a superhero. That's the type of champion I want. We got Goldberg, 54-year-old Goldberg, who was announced for Raw on Monday in Chicago. We're more than likely going to get that match confirmed Monday night. probably get Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. And RK Bro versus AJ and Styles and Omos. It's probably going to be the most interesting match coming out of Monday Night Raw's side going into SummerSlam. So I just want to tell you guys that the tale of two tapes is quite clear who's doing better for themselves and who is doing bad for themselves. So I wanted to mention that. And with that being said, man, SmackDown, besides one segment, which was involving the 24/7 title, I thought tonight's SmackDown was actually a very good show. I enjoyed myself. We got big 3 feuds building around on SmackDown, and they're all enjoyable. I'm enjoying it, man. I really am. And it's good television as well. That contract signing was an awesome segment. And we're going to talk about that the most probably. And what can I see happening after SummerSlam with these matches. But I thank you for joining me tonight, as always. I put out a tweet that, I wrote like a short paragraph on some things that you can get used to happening soon on the Big Fight Field channel. As you guys know, this is the stretch to SummerSlam and All Out. This is the end of week 1 of the stretch. Week 2 of the stretch to SummerSlam and All Out starts next week. And then we got some fun videos planned, man. The month of August is going to be crazy here on the channel. We got SummerSlam. We got a vlog for Monday Night Raw live from Orlando in 10 days on my birthday. That is going to be super fun. And then we got Rampage on August 20th. That's looking to be the most historic night of the year of wrestling 2021 if CM Punk debuts. We're going to talk about that on the weekend. No news here tonight. We're going to do a short news video. We're going to do like a weekend round-off on tomorrow night or Sunday morning. One of those days, we're going to do a wrestling weekend round-off here on the channel. We're going to talk about a lot of AEW stuff. Hangman Page is not playing the challenge for the world title now. That got a mixed reaction on social media, more bad than good. CM Punk, United Center, Rampage, August 20th, and then, of course, WWE news to come with that as well. So that is going to be out either tomorrow night or Sunday morning before I go to work. I will let you guys know. But if you guys haven't already, before we start the SmackDown review, be sure to go check out reviews for Raw, NXT this past Tuesday, and Fight for the Fallen Wednesday night. So be sure to go ahead, check all of those reviews out if you have not already, man. Let's start at the beginning. Let's start at the beginning of SmackDown. John Cena opened up tonight's show. He talked about Roman Reigns, and he said, if you are a missionary person who's got a woman who loves missionary, you're living a great life or whatever like that. Because I did not watch SmackDown last week, but that line by Roman Reigns was fucking hilarious when he was saying, he comes out to the same music, the same attire, the same entrance, the same clothes. It's like doing the missionary position over and over again. That was some funny shit, man. Let me tell you, my guy Roman's the GOAT, man. He's the top guy in the WWE right now. I love Roman. Absolutely love Roman. And John Cena, love him too. And he said some bad language to Roman Reigns on the microphone, saying, the reason you won't face me at SummerSlam is because you don't want to. It's because you know that I'm going to make you soft or whatever. He was getting it to Roman Reigns, and then Baron Corbin came out. He's got a white shirt on, not tucked in. It's not folded up. It's wrinkled. It's got hot sauce on it. And he's looking for some help from John Cena. And Cena asked the crowd, should I help this guy? Should I go ahead and help Baron Corbin? And the crowd says no, or the crowd's kind of 50-50 on it. But then Corbin's like, Cena's like, I know how I can help you. It's an attitude adjustment. So he gives John Cena, gives Corbin an attitude adjustment. And that's to be opening of SmackDown. Nice. What the hell am I saying? Nice little segment here with Cena and Corbin. And it tied into the contract signing later in the night, which we will get to. Rey Mysterio versus Jimmy Uso. Last week we had Jimmy Uso defeat Dominic Mysterio, and before the match started, Rey was like, you've been making some rookie mistakes lately, and tonight I want you to watch me go out there and face Jimmy Uso. Make sure you have two eyes. You have one on Jay on the outside, and then you have the other on me in the ring watching what I do. And Dom's like, yeah, I'll be there for you. And this was a good match. Good match. Crowd was on fire for Rey Mysterio. Minnesota loved Rey Mysterio tonight. The freaking GOAT, undoubtedly a Hall of Famer, will be Rey Mysterio in the WWE. And he goes for a 619, but Jay drags him out the ring. So Rey Mysterio jumps on both Usos, and then he goes for a 619 on Jimmy. He sees Jay getting ready to get up, so he takes out Jay. Then he officially goes to hit the 619 on Jimmy. Jimmy catches him. Rey Mysterio reverses it into a crucifix, and Dominic does the same thing that the Usos did at Money in the Bank, was keep the feet on your partner's back. And Rey Mysterio defeated Jimmy Uso tonight. And this is undoubtedly setting up a rematch for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Jimmy Uso won last week against Dom. And then this week, Rey Mysterio's got the win. So, more 50-50 booking there. But we are undoubtedly setting up a tag team title rematch at whether it's SummerSlam or an episode of SmackDown. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's going to happen at SummerSlam or not. But we're going to get a rematch probably down the line. And we'll have to see probably the Usos are going to retain. So we'll see what happens. But this was a good match tonight. And the crowd loved Rey Mysterio. So good on him. We had Bianca Belair, the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, out there being interviewed by Kayla Braxton. And she talked about how this has been a crazy year for her. She's defended the SmackDown Women's Championship successfully twice against Bayley. Defended it twice against Carmella. She defended it at Rolling Loud in Miami. And by the way, rewatching the highlights, that crowd could not give a single shit about anything that happened on last week's show. My bad. They did not care about anything that happened on last week's show in the Rolling Loud. That was a failure. I mean, it looked great. The stage looked great and all, but that undoubtedly was a failure. Rap and WWE do not mesh well together. I don't think anybody at that festival was going there to see the WWE. I think they were going there to see Travis Scott and Drake and Post Malone. They were not there to watch the WWE SmackDown. That's their mentality, not mine. But I want to give quick thoughts on that. But then she said she won an ESPY as well, and it's been a crazy year. Then out comes Carmella, and she says she deserves another shot. You don't deserve shit. Zelina Vega, then she has the guts to come out and say she deserves a shot after she hasn't even won a match since her return. She got squashed by Toni Storm last week. They have Toni Storm in a nice squash against Zelina Vega. Apparently, Vince McMahon's high on Toni Storm. We're going to talk about that this weekend. She wasn't even on the show tonight, which, Toni Storm's not on the show. Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Nox haven't been on the show in the past 2 weeks. I don't know what we're doing with them. What are we doing? They beat the tag team champions twice. Where's their title shot? Are you going to give them the title shot or what, Vince? Or what, Bruce? Come on now. Stop having them go sit in catering. Actually put them on television. So, back to the segment. Carmella and Zelina, they have a 2-on-1 attack against Bianca. The boss, Sasha Banks, gets a huge pop. She runs down, attacks Zelina, attacks Carmella. Bianca is attacking them too. Oh no. Sasha takes them both out on her own. She lifts up Bianca. She gives her a huge hug. Raises her hand. And then, back from commercial break, it was announced that in tonight's main event, it would be Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair against Zelina Vega and Carmella. And I thought it was going to be saved for next week, but there's only one thing I wanted to see come out of this, and that was Sasha Banks turning on Bianca Belair after the match. It happened, but we'll talk about it at the end because we got to go in order here. 24/7 stuff. I thought this was a Raw exclusive title. Why is this shit on SmackDown? SmackDown has been pretty good. SmackDown produces decent shows. So why are we trying to make it bad and put Raw shit on that show like the 24/7 title? That can stay on Monday Night Raw because it's a Raw exclusive title. But if it were up to me, I'm taking that title and I'm throwing it off the Delaware Memorial Bridge, and that is going into the lake. And goodbye. That title is not to be seen ever again if that was to me. I'd throw it off the Delaware Memorial Bridge. So Reginald was defending the 24/7 title against a mystery opponent. Out came the Alpha Academy, Chad Gable and Otis. And Gable's like, the big man has something to tell you here. And Otis says, it's not me, it's him. And then he blasts Reginald. So we have Chad Gable wrestling for the 24/7 championship. That's what they think of Chad Gable. 24/7 title. Man, I think Chad Gable's contract's up by the end of the year. And if he decides to re-sign another contract with WWE, he's doing himself a mistake. It's gonna be a huge mistake for him. I love the tag team of Chad Gable and Otis, especially with Chad Gable as the prick manipulator to make Otis the way he is. If he decides to sign another contract when his contract is done, I mean, he's an idiot. He truly is, because he can go to Impact Wrestling, kill it in the X division. I know FTR is lobbying for him to come to. They lobbied for him to come to AEW. Chad Gable would destroy. He would kill it in AEW. He absolutely would. So he deserves much better than this. Otis hits Reginald and calls a DQ. Reginald flips out of the ring. And that was that. Keep that 24/7 title shit on Raw, please. I don't need it on SmackDown. Or like I said, burn it or throw it off a bridge. Big moment of the night. The big moment of tonight's SmackDown. Top of the second hour, we got the contract signing for Roman Reigns and Finn Balor. Last week, since I wasn't here, I'll say it here. Last week, Roman Reigns declined John Cena's challenge. Finn Balor came out and he's like, if you're not interested in John Cena's challenge, maybe you're interested in mine. Roman Reigns accepted. So we had to sign the contract for a Roman Reigns-Finn Balor match tonight. And both guys are out there. Roman Reigns, the crowd's chanting Cena. And Roman, the first thing he said was, you already saw Mr. Missionary tonight. God, I love my tribal chief, man. I love my tribal chief, Roman Reigns. So he talks about Finn Balor. And he says, you're not like John Cena. You're not the same thing every single time. You're different. You were different in NXT. You're different now. And you're worthy of a Universal Championship match. And you're also worthy of the ass whooping I'm going to give you at SummerSlam. And he says, before I sign this contract, I just need you to know one thing. When I whoop your ass at SummerSlam and you don't win the Universal Championship, I'm sending your ass back down to NXT. Got a big pop from the crowd. And then Pat McAfee quietly promoted NXT for Tuesday nights. Yeah, that's not going to work, pal. I'm sorry, that's not going to work. No one watches NXT. 600,000 and 700,000 is the most that is going to watch NXT. And Vince McMahon does not give a shit about NXT. And we are going to talk about that this weekend with plans for Karrion Kross on this past Monday's Raw. That did not happen because Jeff Hardy has COVID. But then Finn Balor got on the microphone and he said, it would be my privilege to go back down to NXT as the Universal Champion and take it down to NXT. So as Finn Balor signs the contract, first off, I thought the back and forth between Reigns and Balor was some really good stuff. I really liked that Roman Reigns was freaking awesome on the microphone during this contract signing. He was on his point tonight, man. So, as Balor goes to sign the contract, Baron Corbin attacks Balor. He slams him on the table. He throws him into the ring post. He goes on the outside, slams him on the announce table, throws him over the barricade. And then Corbin realizes the contract's right there. So Corbin takes the contract. He's getting ready to sign it. And as Cena comes running out, He attacks Corbin, and he throws him to the outside of the ring. Then Cena's in there. He's got the contract in his hand. He waves a pen in the air like this. It's a blue, Sharpie. So he writes Cena. You can clearly see Cena in blue ink on the contract, and then he writes his first name in cursive. So the contract is signed, and it is official. At SummerSlam, your main event for the Universal title is John Cena versus Roman Reigns. And the build's already been pretty good so far. And now that the match is official and it's going to happen, I expect things to pick up the next few weeks, man. We got 3 weeks. 3 weeks from tomorrow. We got 3 weeks until SummerSlam. What does WWE have up their sleeve for John Cena and Roman Reigns before SummerSlam? I don't know, but I don't know if we're going to get another face-to-face with Cena and Roman Reigns, because I think WWE, I might be wrong on this, but I think WWE is scared that John Cena is going to own Roman Reigns on the mic again, and I don't think they want that for their top guy in the company right now, Roman Reigns. I don't think they want him to get roasted on the microphone like he did the first time against John Cena, because in 2017 when he did that face-to-face, Roman Reigns was absolutely destroyed on the microphone by John Cena. Roman Reigns did not cut a good promo that night. Roman Reigns felt uncomfortable. Roman Reigns was all smiley to the crowd. John Cena would say something, John Cena would roast him, and Roman Reigns would go like this. John Cena literally destroyed Roman Reigns on that night. It was the build to their match at No Mercy 2017. And looking back at, and WWE looking at back, clearly I think Roman Reigns got better on the mic. I think he got better on the mic from then, clearly. He's more comfortable. He feels much better in this head of the table gimmick. So maybe it's not going to happen again, but I wouldn't put it past you if WWE doesn't have John Cena and Roman Reigns do another face-to-face, because they don't want their tribal chief to get owned on the microphone again by John Cena. So we'll see what happens, but what does this mean for Finn Balor? Clearly Finn Balor is going to have a match with Baron Corbin. It's already official for next Friday SmackDown in Tampa, Florida. It's going to be Finn Balor versus Corbin, and Finn Balor is going to get his revenge after Corbin costed him a potential match for the Universal Championship against Roman Reigns. And then we'll probably get Balor versus Roman Reigns for the fall, going into Extreme Rules in September, because there's legit nobody else on SmackDown to challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. You're not going to do Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins is a heel right now, and you don't want to do heel versus heel. So I'm thinking it's going to be Finn Balor once Roman Reigns is done with John Cena. But I thought this was a great contract signing. Really enjoyed it. And Cena versus Reigns is going to be awesome at SummerSlam. There we go. There we go. I needed that. Very quickly, 6-man tag. Cesaro, Big E, Shinsuke Nakamura They went up against the Dirty Dogs and Apollo Crews. This match went 8 minutes. Lots of chaos. Fast-paced match all the way. Good match. Shinsuke Nakamura pins Apollo Crews. So we're probably going to get Nakamura versus Crews for the Intercontinental. You know, I'm not even mad. I can't even be mad anymore that WWE constantly loves pinning their champions. They have this mindset that, oh, you know, we can pin this guy as much times as we want, and it won't matter because they're the Intercontinental Champion, or they're the United States Champion, or she's the Women's Champion. Meanwhile, the more the champion loses in non-title situations, if you're pinning the champion all the time, it loses their credibility as champion. Like, do you think Apollo Crews has any credibility as champion? Nikki Ash, Sheamus? No. Absolutely, but at this point, it feels like I'm talking to a blank wall right behind me because WWE does not give a shit and they're not going to fix it because they will do it every single week. So, that's that. Seth Rollins was in the ring. Or before that, Edge was supposed to be in the ring. But Rollins attacked him during the commercial break. He took one of the cameras and smashed it over Edge. And Edge had to be carried to the back by officials. Rollins was like, I really don't understand why y'all are cheering for Edge. Edge is an opportunity stealer. He takes opportunities away from people like me. And he rolls a clip of Money in the Bank. And then Rollins was supposed to get the match. And he's like, karma is a bitch. So pretty much confirmed. I mean, it's been confirmed since Money in the Bank, but we're more than likely going to get Rollins and Edge at SummerSlam, and I'm looking forward to that. I think that is going to be a fantastic match with a really, really good story. And what I actually really like about this feud is they're bringing back the moment on the last Raw before 2014 when Rollins had Edge's head stomped on his briefcase, and Rollins decided not to pull the trigger because John Cena said the Authority can come back, and Edge did not pull the trigger. So that's kind of what the story's about, and is Rollins going to pull the trigger? I like it. I like the story that they're telling, and it should make for a great match at SummerSlam. And then, finally, tag team main event, Sasha Banks teaming up with Bianca Belair against Carmella and Selena. I'm not even going to really talk about the match. The post-match angle is much, much more important than this. Sasha Banks tapped out Carmella. This match went 12 minutes, I think. I don't even know. But then I was on my phone for most of the match, to be honest. But after they're celebrating, they're dancing, Bianca's music plays, Bianca's twirling her hair, Sasha is dancing behind her, stops dancing, gives her a backstabber, attacks Bianca Belair. She's punching her left and right. She gives her a double knees to the corner. Bank statement. Referee pulls her off. Another bank statement. She's getting booed. She holds up the Women's Championship, and Sasha Banks gets booed, holding the SmackDown Women's Championship, going off the air. I love it. I absolutely love it, man. Sasha Banks, as a heel, is the best version of Sasha Banks. I just want y'all to know that. Heel Sasha is the best version of Sasha. She's a good babyface. How many times have I said this on the channel? Really, I've said this over and over and over again. Sasha Banks is a good heel, but she's a great... I'm sorry. Sasha Banks is a good babyface, but Sasha Banks is a great heel. And this is what's going to make the build for their SummerSlam match better than their WrestleMania match. No more teaming, oh, can they get on the same page? Can they coexist? None of that bullshit anymore. Now we have a clear babyface with Bianca Belair and a clear heel with Sasha Banks. And Sasha Banks she's always on her game, but I feel like she's even better. She is even better as a heel. It's going to make for an awesome build, and it's going to make for hopefully a better... We had a great... The match was really good at WrestleMania. I would not be shocked if they had the mentality of, hey, let's go out there, let's make this match better than the WrestleMania match. Because that's the type of mentality women like Bianca Belair and women like Sasha Banks have. And that's why I respect them so much. Because they want to outdo themselves every time they go out there. And that's what I love about women like them. I guarantee you, with the story they're telling and the build they're going to have, they're going to want to go out there in Las Vegas on August 21st, and they're going to go out there with the mindset of, we need to outdo what we did at WrestleMania. And I think it's going to happen, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up the SmackDown review here tonight on the channel. Very, very good show, in my opinion, outside the 24/7 shit. I enjoyed tonight's episode of SmackDown. Thank you guys for joining Thank you guys for watching the review tonight. If you have not already, sorry about that. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're gonna do a wrestling weekend round off. Here either tomorrow night or Sunday. I'll let you know. But we're gonna do a weekend round off, talking about lots of news, AEW, WWE. Some key highlights this week in wrestling, what to look forward to next week. Comment down below your thoughts about tonight's episode of SmackDown from Minnesota. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from me in tonight's review. Follow me on Twitter at comment_Joseph and Instagram as well. And guys, I will see you this weekend for the weekend round off here on the Big Fight Field channel. It's a shorter version of the Big Fight Field podcast. So, no hour podcast going over 8 news topics. I don't really want to do that anymore. So, I'm going to water it down. Still give you guys weekend content, but it'll be probably 30 to 35 minutes just like this. But guys, I'll see you over the weekend. Have a good night. Stay safe. And as always, man, stay classy and always be good people, man. Have a good night, guys.